so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely cool. Psych, it's going to be bonkers. Now, as you guys have continuously heard, we're turning into a nation of renters. In today's video, we're going to look at how real that actually is. And I'm also going to ask you guys a question that is essentially, what can we do about this? We're going to be going over numbers about institutional investors and how many homes and how many rentals they have, and also their investing strategy. What we're learning is predominant amount of these institutional investors are going after low-priced homes that are traditionally for first-time home buyers. So it is a massive problem, you guys. But the thing is what do we do about it, right? What can we do about it? Do we put more taxes on institutional investors? Do we tax them if the home is vacant, right? What do we do? Do we incentivize builders to continue to build? We need solutions. And I really want to plead with you guys, help me think of what a fair, right? What a fair solution is. What can we do? What can be done specifically to attack the problem of institutional investors so that we do not continue to turn into a nation of renters? So we're going to dig into an article from MarketWatch titled, "Institutional Investors Have Bought Hundreds of Thousands of Homes, Many in Black Communities. Critics Say It's Creating a Generation of Renters." And you guys, that's a lot truer than I first realized. But here's the thing with this whole nation of renters, not for 1 second do I believe that people cannot improve their situation and empower themselves to gain their goals. A lot of times it takes sacrifice. And I believe millions of people lack that self-control and lack that discipline. But the thing is, because of how we are, because we're human beings, we could change at any minute if that's what we want to do. Now, I understand life is hard. Trust me, I've had a hard life, right? I understand there's all kinds of stuff that prevent us from reaching our goals. Nevertheless, don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit. Keep working on your situation. Reach for the stars and continuously empower yourself. Please, you guys, the world wants you to quit. But I'm telling you right now, don't. And I lost everything. I got back to where I was before I lost everything. So if I can do it, you guys, and get back to where I was, so can you. I guarantee it. But it takes sacrifice. Let's get back to this article right now. But oh my God, I completely forgot. I'm not a financial advisor. I have to legally say that, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Even if I wanted to be, my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor. So by all means, you guys comment below. Get in some debates with me, whatever. I have so much experience and so many different angles from myself and from other people. I absolutely love debates, but I don't love people that are emotional crybabies. There's a huge difference. And if you guys can, on that note, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and know that I appreciate you guys' comments. Let's get started on this article. And you guys, this article is going to refer to some pretty wild terminology. Democratic lawmakers are scrutinizing whether the American dream of a suburban home and white picket fence is being seized upon by large institutional investors, costing working people a shot at property ownership. The House Financial Service Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations held by the virtual panel Tuesday titled, "Where Have All the Houses Gone? Private Equity, Single-Family Rentals, and America's Neighborhoods," to probe the impacts of firms engaging in what Rep. Al Green, the subcommittee's chair, dubbed mass predatory purchasing. Isn't that a crazy word? Mass predatory purchasing. We need to do something about that, you guys. That is a fact. A real estate agent and advocate who testified before the committee also said that institutional investors are creating a generation of renters that will miss out on the benefits of home ownership, the ability to create wealth, and stabilize communities. Congress will need to act. And you guys, that is so much the truth. You do not want to rent. You do not want to rent. Renting is such a waste of money, you guys. Now, I do believe right now is one of the rare occasions where it makes more sense to rent. At least it does for me. So I'm renting, even though I own real estate. I'm renting right now. But traditionally, you guys, complete waste of money. And that's how so many people get ahead, is by investing in real estate, converting it into a rental. And there's nothing wrong with investors that are truly giving back nice rentals, right? Treating their tenants right, modest rent, right? That's actually good for our community. Problem is, these institutional investors are buying thousands of homes that are low-priced homes. Again, eliminating the ability for these first-time home buyers to purchase. We cannot have a generation of renters. This is America, right? We got to step up and we got to take control of our destiny. Do y'all understand how important that is? And I don't care what income bracket you are. I don't care what your credit score is, how much money you have saved. We got to continue to learn for the rest of our lives. If we don't, we start losing. But let's continue this article right now. This is very interesting, guys. Corporate ownership of single-family rental homes, which comprise about a third of the nation's rental housing stock. So 1 out of every 3 rental homes is owned by an institutional investor. Think about that for a second, guys. That's insanity. Has risen significantly since the 2008 financial crisis when firms swooped in to purchase foreclosed properties, according to a committee memorandum. And the third quarter of the 2021 market marked the fastest annual increase in corporate ownership in 16 years. What's more, as the housing market grew hotter and prices skewed higher, the investors had the advantage of being able to purchase homes with cash, trumping first-time and low-income buyers. And that is 100% true. All these cash offers, and now there's fake cash offers. I won't even get into that on this video. After an extensive investigation into this practice, we have found that private equity companies have bought up hundreds of thousands of single-family homes and placed them on the rental market. In the Atlanta metro area, 42.8% of for-sale homes went to institutional investors in the third quarter of 2021, while investors purchased 38.8% of homes in Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale area during the same period, the committee's memorandum said. 42.8% going to institutional investors. That is a problem. That's not fair to all the locals. And you know what? I can speak on that because that happened in Houston. Even though the market's finally starting to shift, I noticed, and I'm not noticing this as much even more, but the locals, the Houston locals, were priced out of the market. We could not compete with institutional investors and investors with cash offers and people going over asking price, and the massive migration into our state. It priced out the locals. And personally, I feel like the locals and the natives should have first opportunity. But the problem, not everyone cares, right? Not everyone is going to do what it takes to purchase a home. And it is because of that the institutional investors can scoop up these houses. If every American would empower, would improve, I don't think we would be in this situation. I don't think these guys can get an advantage over us like this. Do y'all see my point? Do y'all agree with me on that? Do you agree with me on that? Anyways, let's get back to the article right now. This removes from the housing market homes that might otherwise have been purchased by individual homeowners, he added. These corporate buyers have tended to target lower price starter homes requiring limited renovation. These homes would likely have been bought by first-time buyers, low to middle income home buyers, or both. These are not the people we want to take homes for, you guys. These are the people that need to get in these homes so they can start investing in real estate. We need these people to get homes. Man, that makes me so upset. The homes, Green said, are often located in communities with higher than average populations of people of color. For example, the average population of 5 large investors' top 20 zip codes is about 40% Black, although Black people comprise of just 13.4% of the overall population in the U.S., according to the survey data from Invitation Homes. Think of how damaging it is to take the ability to purchase a home out of a family's hands. Think how damaging that is. They go back to rent. Imagine how many people give up, right? Imagine how many people give up because they're frustrated, because realtors are saying home prices are only going to go up. They give up. They start making bad decisions again, reckless spending, right? This happens all the time, especially in youth. It's, it is a massive, massive problem. And in my eyes, we're a lot better than that. So, something needs to be done. I don't know what it is. Do we charge them fees for vacant houses, right? Is that a possibility? Is that how we stop these institutional investors, guys? But I believe, right? I believe that it needs to stop specifically for single family residents, low priced homes. If they want to build apartment condos, by all means, do that. But when you take the gift of home ownership out of the hands of these new families, you do a disservice to America. And now that's my opinion, but I feel very strongly about that, guys. We need the families to come first. Now, I know I invest in real estate, but I'm not investing that much. I invest a little bit. I treat my people right. I have an outstanding product I give back to the community, but it's not that much, right? And I appreciate people. I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm not trying to steal their gift. which is home ownership. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get back to this article right now. Institutional investors still account for a relatively small share of single-family home rentals. A senior fellow at Brookings Institution who testified Tuesday also noted that investors are a symptom rather than cause of house affordability issues. After all, investors are driven to rental family homes because of existing demand and limited supply, while housing cost burdens among low-income people have been rising for decades. Nevertheless, this did not help. I agree with them. They didn't necessarily make the market, but they surely didn't help it. And what they were doing actually hurt it. But again, it's a Federal Reserve, it's the government, right? It's COVID, it was the lockdowns, but nevertheless, they made the problem much worse. Private equity firms and other institutional investors benefit from tight housing supplies, but they did not create the problem. Local governments across the U.S. have adapted policies that make it difficult to build more homes where people want to live. Zoning rules that limit the construction of small, moderate-priced homes are politically popular with existing homeowners and local elected officials. So that's another thing, you guys, zoning laws. So maybe that's another thing we need to do. Some states or some areas need to change the zoning laws so new builders can get in there and start building more affordable homes. If you're not building more affordable homes to people that can't already afford housing, then how are you going to help the problem, right? We need help. We need this circle to stop. We've already been down this road multiple times before. How are we here again? And it's only going to get worse. Let's finish out this article right now. All right, let's finish out this article. Regardless of how the housing market got to its troubled state, experts and advocates largely agree tenants were facing higher prices. Rents are increasing nationwide, and prices have risen faster for single-family properties when compared to apartments. Rents on single-family homes were up by 14% in March 2022, making the 12th consecutive month of a record high growth, according to a recent report from Harvard Joint Center for Housing Studies, with the largest annual hikes in Miami at 39%. That's wicked. That is so wicked. The impacts of those rental increases could be long-lasting, noting that renters in Black communities can be driven to cheaper areas with more poverty and crime and even made homeless rather than giving the opportunity to build intergenerational wealth through home ownership. Corporate landlords are also requiring high credit scores of tenants, which can negatively impact people of color. It is what it is, and I'm not targeting any type of race card here, guys. But again, when you have these institutional investors or massive banks that really don't care about the real estate, when they go into low income or moderate income areas, low price housing, and they start buying thousands and thousands of those new homes, you take that right out of the hands out of these families. I don't care what color you are. That's horrible. These young families need to get a starter house, right? Starter house, right? Why are y'all buying all the starter houses? Build some apartments. Do y'all agree with me on that? And let me ask you this. In conclusion of this video, here's what I want to ask you guys. Here's my conclusion. What do we do about this? I personally think we need some more laws. The problem with Congress and the Senate passing laws is when they pass laws, there's a whole bunch of other crap in there. If we could just pass something that's fair and specific to the exact problem, imagine all of the good that our government could do, right? But something needs to change, you guys. You can't have these institutional investors buying hundreds of thousands of low-priced houses. That's not going to work, and it's not fair. Anyways, guys, it is what it is. I really appreciate you watching this video. We are a lot closer than I actually originally thought to being a nation of renters. Predatory purchasing. First time I heard that. What do you guys think about predatory purchasing? Do you guys agree with that terminology, predatory purchasing? Let me know. Comment below. As always, guys, if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck, and I hope you win.